Okay, so they're leaving the Orianna up and open, dangling here, and it's dangerous. They're just going to run for top lane power. Surdy just insta-locks this Olaf. Right now, Olaf has determined the meta. Two of the big counter picks that have emerged primarily in Korea as the most used and most effective are the Jax and the Kled.
Yeah.
However, there are more that you can delve into. We saw even like a Kale hover there. That I think is kind of crazy. But it is very interesting here. Everybody has really become just okay with insta-locking blind Olafs. And if you have a support Shen to back you up too, that makes me very confident.
Yeah, it is really interesting. I mean, it's just skyrocketed in priority. You know, obviously it started coming out of at MSI, but kind of like situationally as counter pick. And then people are like, hey, it's actually pretty good. Let's start playing in this counter pick matchup more. And then they started realizing, hey, it actually kind of just wins a lot of matchups. Now we're blinding it at this point. We're first picking a blind Olaf top, which is not something I thought we would be saying, but definitely has really risen in prio. And a little bit surprised to see Dig not actually picking Denethor's top lane here, because now you can even throw out some protection bans, things like the Vayne, things like potentially the Jax or the Kled. We don't know, if Denethor really plays much of those, but DSG obviously having scrimmed against him are going to have some pretty good insight. So that is going to narrow the options here quite a lot for Denethor.
Yeah, I mean, some people even like Fiora. I don't think that's like a pro champion either that we'll see in pro play, but
so hard to
that or like, a Trundle stat checker either against him. So we'll see. But the Lee Sin here is nice with the mobility. Always is pretty nice to be able to dodge around a lot of those skill shots here with that Olaf axes with the Jhin as well. And so they are remaining fairly safe. There's the Orianna, finally does find her way onto the ban list after nobody willing to pick a low mobility carry in this day and age anymore super early on. Especially with both of these guys looking for possible counter picks. Palafox loves trying to counter pick stuff like that and look for kill angles. Hey, the Trundle that I mentioned, maybe you stat check him.
Yeah, that would be really interesting. I mean, I'm not exactly sure how that matchup goes. I feel like the crazy thing about Trundle is he's known as the stat check guy, and I think in a lot of jungle matchups he wins those 1v1s. Last time I started playing much Trundle top, I felt like I was going to win a lot of those stat checks. I was not winning a lot of those stat checks against some of these modern champions. So I will say it didn't go as well. My Trundle kick did not last very long.
Zale dies, he's like, what are my stats at? Hold on a second.
Yeah, what is going on here?
Are these stats correct?
All right, I got my Triforce. I ulted this guy, and he beat my ass.
Like, I auto-attack, then I, used my chomp.
I pressed W. I played it perfectly.
Yeah,
what are we doing?
I'm inside the circle.
Yeah, I'm in the circle. I pressed my R. I right-clicked him. Where did I go wrong? Oh, man, this is a crazy global comp. We got Pantheon TF Shen. This feels like they want to full send it top.
Yeah, guess what? You've got an Olaf you blind picked, and then you have the Avengers you picked with him. Literally everybody's super long-range follow-ups here, so... I actually like this, Surdy on the team ever since he joined DSG really has fit in, and he's always been a carry first style of top laner. So we'll see what they can get done. As far as counter picks, we waited so long for our exciting counter pick here, Isaac. And it's Cassante.
Our fifth pick, Cassante.
Sick.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess he's just saying I will to his credit say I'm not really that keen on playing Kled or Kale or Akali or like all this, any of those things are kind of considered, some spicy matchups or whatever. Yeah. And then, you have TF and Shen ult and Pantheon ult. You're kind of like, well, all the carries are kind of high risk. So you're probably going to get slammed by all these globals. So I guess his choice is then, well, I'm just going to mitigate loss. I'm just going to farm, and we're going to hope that this Olaf is not that useful later. But I will say it also leaves them in this situation where you got no engage. Like, your engage is basically Lee Sin hoping you're going to kick someone in. And I feel like later on in the game, it's going to get really hard to play where, when TF has a couple items and just walking forward with a rapid fire gold card, you just kind of gold card anyone and then just hit that person. You can just kind of keep doing that, rinse and repeat.
Yeah.
So it is a little bit scary, I feel like. And they have good go buttons, obviously, with Pantheon ult plus Shen ulting in on top, point and click stun with the taunt guaranteed to follow up right thereafter. So feel like there's a lot of good tools on that side.
I've got the engage for you. I can see it now.
The Ghost engage from bot lane.
They realm warp in the Cassante with this W on.
Oh.
So he's unstoppable, and then he gets the big
yeah.
push. You get the genius realm warp, and all the enemies are standing like close to a wall.
Five-man Pathmaker.
Very close to the wall. You hit the realm warp 5-man Pathmaker.
That's nice.
Clean, huh?
Well, set it up.
And the Lee Sin's in there with him, too. Then you kick him back through.
Yeah. 5-man Pathmaker and 5-man Lee Sin kick. Beautiful engage. That's what we want.
And the Olaf does not hit his R button.
And this is Raz's match of the week. And Emily tells me he's picking first, but I choose to live in a world where Raz has to pick last. I think it's more fun. Yeah. So I'm just going to, even though I know what she says to be true, I'm just going to choose not to believe her.
She did say we were liars, too, and spreading misinformation last time.
Yeah, our producer even just said, "Is she reliable? Can you trust her?" You know? There you go. There you go.
Production sowing the seeds of doubt between the talents.
See, Emily didn't consider that we're okay with being liars, you know, and there's a lot of us. So,
if enough people are spreading the misinformation,
it becomes somewhat reliable, doesn't it? It's reliable misinformation. The truth may set you free, but our lies will lock you into this.
Wait a second. Are these lies true? Well, it is true that Palafox is trying to trade very heavily with the TF here. However, that might attract some jungle attention. We've got some interesting pathing going on. Pantheon here, Kryra did his Wolves Gromp into blue, and so he's looking to get active. I like this. Pantheon is one of these junglers that even in the other form of Pantheon, before they reworked him, was so good at level 3 ganks. Dardock's thinking of level 3 too, and Palafox is going to be toast!
Yeah, Palafox in a lot of trouble here. Flashes up and goes away, and that's going to be pretty smart from him. Instead of trying to actually flash backwards, definitely would have got caught there by Kryra. Well done. It does cost him both his summoners. Dardock looking for Call Me, won't be able to find him with the Sonic Wave, so a little bit of pressure there from DSG. Doesn't take too much time either. Kryra right back to farming, and it's 2 summoners down for Palafox, so he's going to be vulnerable.
Yeah, I mean, that was just well done. They try to set up with pull the gold card as Pantheon's coming over, but right as the gold card expires, Flash Ghost, and he is out of there. Nicely done. Survival of Palafox, and both junglers will be back to their kind of delayed rest of their clears on the top side of the map. Both of them trying to go for the level 3 camp plays. Dardock, of course, had an idea for the invade. Playoff is pushing bottom lane. Ezreal, Karma, you're always looking to try and use that early push advantage and poke that they get to also help with jungle pressure. But because of the modifications that Kryra had, it ended up as nothing there for Dardock, and doesn't end up getting ahead either. Even when enemy jungler does usually do a level 3 gank like that, usually you're a little bit more efficient, but because of the plans that were laid already, they're still at parity.
Yeah, nice little hold there from the Karma, but Dardock going to spot Kryra, was trying to wrap around, is going to connect on that Sonic Wave. Ward hop forward, looking for more here. Lions going aggressive. Ignar very low. The 4-shot not enough from Sajed to take him down. Ignar was, of course, freezing that wave on him. As Dardock over here on the scuttle does have a pretty big health advantage. This looks like a bad fight for DSG, but Call Me's walking in anyway, bold as you like, because Lions is coming up. Kryra put low, the heal used there from Lions, goes for the taunt flash, but does get flashed away from there by Dardock. And it looks like at the end of the day, Dignitas with that HP advantage, even down a man, are going to push them out, and Lions has to be a bit respectful, has no flash, and will walk out.
Yeah, good flash from Dardock here as he sees Lions coming, knows what he's going for. But mid lane, Lions isn't done. Gold card into...
We'll see if he can catch for the taunt. Palafox just walking away, and that will keep him safe yet again here. And is back towards mid lane to collect this wave. So Palafox not losing much of anything. Palafox and Dardock doing a good job there, winning out in that 2v3 at the end of the day.
This has been a fun start to the game, even though nobody has died. We still get our fill of action. Lots of attempted plays, attempted ganks going on here as the skirmishing does continue.
Yeah, Call Me getting pretty low here. Palafox just doesn't have the mana to actually finish him off, unfortunately for him. And I was going to say, FBI wasn't creating much of an advantage on that bot side, but we didn't see actually what happened to Sajed after this skirmish began in the river, but Sajed fell down over 2 full waves off of that because, obviously he delayed his base, but then he had pretty much caught up entirely in farm after that, and I'm not sure exactly what happened, if it was just a bad base timing or if he was getting zoned off by the Karma or something, because, of course, Shen roamed.
Yeah, Shen left and stayed gone for quite a while. I think the second play there for Lions, I don't know which one called it, but, you know, the gold card into him trying to go for Palfox again, and Palfox walks away. That was a significant portion of time.
Yeah.
And the cost to support roams are more heavy now on this patch. You know, of course, everybody's still of the opinion, like, you know what? I'll get my catch-up XP, you know, all good. But for right now, Ignar's going to, you know, have a little bit of experience lead over Lion as well. And we'll see. It's really annoying as when you're already in the double poke lane and getting shoved under your tower. See if they will sustain any further damage. You're always playing for extra plate money here, and good plate money already for FBI.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's, you know, it's not just the cost of the roll quest that you're talking about. It's, if Sajed's getting zoned off, that's an expensive roam, right? You know, if you're losing 2+ waves, that plus the experience, like, that is equal to a kill, right? That is a lot that he is giving up there as Palfox pops the early ghost. Kryra going in. Gold card going to get locked in here for Call Me onto Dardoch. But again, 2v3, they just fight it out, and now the bot lane is roaming here. Lions will be pushed back. Ezreal and Karma did move up. Jin just going to head back to base once again. They're just constantly going for Palfox, and it's getting them nothing.
Yeah, I mean, they also have very little synergy with Kryra and Lions there, you know. Lions taunts away out as they go for the... Here we go, in.
Yeah, they're going back in. In comes the Destiny. Lions going to be knocked down for first blood. Ignar incredibly low, burning down to that Ignite. FBI taking some damage back from Kryra. In comes Call Me, trying to finish off FBI. He's going to be able to do it. Palafox going out with the Realm Warp will escape. Him and Ignar limping out of there on low health. DSG do go +1 kill and should be able to grab the dragon off the back of it.
Yeah, they make it work this time around. There's the taunt they want with the double taunt. All right, they're walking up over here. Ignar right in. There goes Lions. They lock him up, but really, they come through with the Twisted Fate ultimate right in. Get the gold card on him. Kryra was able to back away. He blocked a lot of damage there. And is able to get the kill onto Dardoch, so that secures them the Drake here. They do get their victory after all these attempts skirmishing around mid lane and buy the dragon. DSG finally get their extra kill. They do get their dragon, and Lions went for another roam towards top side. He is still level 4.5. And we'll see as Ignar is headed back to the bottom side where FBI continues to knock off more turret plates.
Yeah, so Jed going to be able to pick up some of this farm, of course, but...
landing Mystic shots, too.
Yeah, he is very far down at this point, and it is, you know, 12 CS plus the plates. FBI 500 gold ahead right now. Pretty significant lead there for TF with the kill and assist, plus obviously all the fake passive gold that he's going to be farming. And Surdy is just kind of slowly winning out on that top side. Hasn't been able to get as many plates as the Ezreal, but does have that 2-wave advantage to his name.
Yeah, pressure is going to continue down here. And since Lions, I mean, he does have both summoner spells, but is definitely going to not make it up to the top side for that play. So Grubs will go over to Dignitas.
Yeah, I mean, it's always tough because, like, Lions is roaming a lot, which is putting Sajed in a tough spot. But at the same time, what can Shen really do in the 2v2? And that's kind of, I guess, what he's having to weigh, because this is a cleanse Ezreal, right? So even if you taunt flash him, he's just going to cleanse it and knee away, and then you could get tethered by the Karma and just die. So there's not really a lot of aggressive moves he can do. Of course, you can help them to farm under tower and, you know, maybe block some poke and things like that. But he is just trying to weigh the risk versus reward, I guess, of these roams. And so far has been going for it a lot. Of course, about to hit level 5, so we'll be able to roam more freely.
And again, you can take advantage of the catch-up experience as a support. Supports are always the lowest level on your team in the game, and your catch-up experience is based on the average level of your opponents. That determines the level of the minions, so you can just soak it up down there and try and slingshot.
Losing lane, going down levels? Nah. Clever use of game mechanics.
Exactly. Catch up. We'll see as far as the...
Oh, here comes the TF in. Nice taunt to set it up. Goldcar is there. Avengers arrive. Holy moly. Kryra, Sajed, everyone getting involved, as that is a very dead Karma, but it is just a dead Karma at the end of the day. So a lot spent for that one kill on just the support.
Yeah, I mean, but their idea is we just keep creating action, burning summoner spells and stuff, and then slamming our ultimates whenever we have them. So we're constantly burning more cooldowns off the opponents and keeping more action, which creates more areas to use our globals in. And if they can just, you know, keep hitting on repeat these plays, then it will eventually add up here. 2 more minutes until the next Drake, and just trying to keep that action going. By the way, this whole time has isolated the top lane. The other side benefit of we're always fighting and skirmishing around mid lane with our support and our jungle. Top laners know, hey, we can see enemy support and jungle all the time. And so Surdy up there, Olaf is farming away, farming up a storm versus the Cassante, especially with the early steel caps here. Now we're going to see a Dignitas invade, though. Palfox helping out Dardoch with some counter jungling.
Yeah, you can see Call Me and Kryra are here, going to be trying to push them back. It is secured, though, by Dig, and it looks like they will be able to just walk this out. Curtain Call going to get opened up, though. FBI shifts away. Some nice dodges. Third shot does connect, but that is all he will get from it. And Dardoch's going to go right back into the waiting arms here of Kryra and Call Me, taking a ton of damage. Does ward hop back out. Heal used for the move speed. They're looking for Dardoch. Kick does not actually connect onto Call Me, just knocks Kryra back. It means he has to flash over the wall to get out of there.
Yeah, definitely living on the edge there. Dangerous for Dardoch. They avoid casualties so far. Bot lane's going to finally get pushed in the other way this time, though. So maybe Sajed's time to actually get some pushback.
Yep, going to be able to push this in. Maybe get a plate if he can get it up there, but might just want to take the base as he hasn't bought in quite a long time. You can see FBI now on that Triforce is heading out towards mid lane. So Palafox likely going down towards bot. And role quest just completed there for Surdy. So he will have his TP available, of course, even with that Ghost Flash. And we'll see if he can find an angle to do something. I mean, DSG, despite having this losing 2v2, they're the ones with the early Dragon, which is a pretty big deal.
Yeah, good early action created by them. And those globals are almost back up. So Pantheon ultimate is ready. They're just going to fire off another one.
Lands the taunt, and it's just a nice buffered shift there from FBI. So even with the Deadly Flourish connecting, is not going to mean much of anything. We'll see where Ignar wants to go, but of course, Mikhail's very high value against a team like this that does have so much chain CC. But the problem being, there's a lot of CC to layer thereafter.
Exactly. And all the globals are just walking down to bot lane instead. So you got Alliance, you got Kryra making a roam down bot lane, trying to see if Palafox is going to make a mistake, but Palafox is not giving them the angle yet.
Yeah, Palafox does not give them the angle and does spot Kryra, and there's a taunt in from Lions. They are looking for another engage here. Twisted Fate arrives. Sajed is there hitting Dardoch. He has no flash, and I don't think he has any real way out. Kryra flashing out to help get that kill, gets the stand united. Call Me is in onto FBI. FBI is going to have to flash away. In comes the man drop from Kryra. Can't find much of anything. The curtains are going to get called. It's Palafox being slowed up into the gold card. The taunt misses on the stun target. Lions, what was that? He might burn down as well as Call Me is running for it, has to flash over. Denethor arrives, Pathmaker misses. FBI takes down Lions. The Dragon helps to get the kill on the second one. Call Me gonna fall as well.
And Palafox says, try again, suckers! They cannot take him down! They keep throwing everything at Palafox. He keeps walking away every time. And DSG, they do stumble a bit. They're still in the lead. But we'll take another look here. So Lions does get this taunt onto the 2 members. Good start. Remember, it is Dardoch with no flash, so they focus down Dardoch. Good play here from DSG. They get their pick. They do use the Shen Stand United in addition to the Twisted Fate for this play, but here's the follow-up on that Jhin W. They open up, they wait for extra vision, boom, they see him, and then Lions, yeah, just shorts it there with his taunt, then has to flash out, and then with the teleport coming in from Cassante, they got to bail.
Yeah, they both end up dying at the end of the day. Denethor helps to get that one. And FBI picking up the other. I also got to say, Kryra maybe could have just kept chasing, but instead just farmed the Raptors there. You know, they had the gold card. They had the CC to follow that up. Call Me now getting pushed back here by Denethor as Denethor has escaped his cage in the top lane and is only down 300 gold at the end of the day. It is quite a bit of CS, but you know, definitely going to be not the easiest person for them to burst through in these fights with Jhin and TF.
I did think it was a little tragic for Denethor that he teleports down there and doesn't even get the assist on the touch. He was like so close, but That's not even...
spiritual assist.
Yeah.
You know, you were there. I saw you.
I mean, he teleported and made them start, running away and stuff. But
the scoreboard may not show it, but the homies are going to count that.
Yeah, but you want material rewards for your plays, right? It's nice for when they...
My love and admiration is not enough of an assist for you, Kobe?
For me, it is.
Okay, but not for him.
top laners,
Greedy. Yeah. For a jungler's like, thanks for showing up, bro. Yeah. It's the thought that counts.
As long as you... Oh, here we go.
Twisted Fate going in, looking for FBI. Has no cleanse, but he has the Mikhails there from Ignar that does keep him safe. Nicely done. Ignar just completing that Mikhails and making great use of it already.
Yeah. Dignitas have done a good job fighting back. They kind of deleted the DSG gold lead.
Alfox is just ghosting in. Bold as you like. They're looking for Call Me. Darda going into the back line. There's the kick flash. Doesn't connect onto either one. And now Surdy arrives, and he's going to pop the Ragnarok looking for Dardoch. FBI is low, but Denethor is blocking those shots. Dardoch has no one to block the hits here, though, from the Olaf, as Surdy making great use of that TP and does get a kill for himself.
Surdy has joined the fight. The Olaf here is going to be really... Wait a second. They're going to collapse on this.
Looking to see if they can actually fight here. They are down their jungler, which is going to make things pretty difficult. TF does not really have a way to join, though. Is showing up on that top side. Going to be secured, though, by Kryra, and they will be able to walk this one out. Yeah,
Rise recall in there, so they make the call. We're not going to fight this. There is a dragon up on the other side of the map, too, so we'll see about the rotation over. They're going to keep Call Me on the top side. Twisted Fate with no teleport, with no ultimate, pushes in the rest of the wave.
I was tripping for a second. The Spectator client wasn't updating the role quest TP from Surdy on the teamfight UI, and I was like, am I crazy? Did he not TP? Did he walk in there? But no, his TP's on cooldown, so he did TP in for that fight. And yeah, great job by Surdy. His first look at that TP is, of course, a very long cooldown when you are not playing Summoner TP and you are just relying on the role quest, but getting a lot of value from it already.
All right, let's see about this setup for the Dragon. The control ward already in mid lane and on the bottom side here for Dignitas. Palafox trying to defend it, but it is on DSG's side. They're going to move in, try and retake this vision and set up for it. The Twisted Fate ult will be up shortly. He still will have to walk a decent ways to be able to get there. It's not a true global. Is going to have to walk, like half of the way as well.
Oh, he's going to pop the Ragnarok looking for Palafox, but we'll just be able to realm warp out to safety. So maybe it's worth it to just get the chunk if they can start the Dragon immediately, and I think that is the thought process here.
Yeah, I like the play because Palafox's double mobility summoner spells, no teleport. Rise, one of the mid laners that does, want to have ghosts for team fighting and stuff. And so Surdy says, I'm just going to get guaranteed gold by trading my ult for yours and your health. So he gets the guaranteed gold on the tower, pushes the wave, forces out the Rise, and they're going to be able to get the Dragon on top of it. So again, the Olaf here, the pick that we were most scared of, that most of the draft looks like it is built up to be able to complement, does seem to be very scary with Surdy now rotating up to the top side with the Shen, with the Twisted Fate.
Yeah, definitely looking really powerful here thus far. DSG, though, up to that 1.5k gold lead. Denethor, easy path maker to answer that gold card. We'll just buffer out to safety. But DSG just moving around the map well. And I didn't love what Dignitas drafted here. There's just not a lot of pick tools. And when you're behind, that gets even harder. And now Denethor could be in some trouble. Going to get wrapped around on. They just focus down the tower. And now we're going to look for Denethor. They're even going to spend the Pantheon ult, which I don't know if it was even necessary. It's a 1v4. He's going to go all out. Denethor buying some time. Will not be able to escape, but does get both the Twisted Fate ult and the Pantheon ult there. Seemed kind of like overkill.
Yeah, I mean, they really wanted to kill him very, very quickly. It does mean split push bottom side. Rise gets all the way into the tower. And mid lane as well, getting their push as well. But DSG, they are increasing their gold lead. This is a good look from them. They are continuing to stack the objectives. They continuing to push the pace of the game. The entire game, it has been them dictating these plays.
Yeah, and Kryra now jumping in onto Ignar. Looks like he will be able to back out. But I got a question for you. Are you feeling peachy? Because the LCS Championship is heading to the Peach State, the Gas South Arena, Atlanta, Georgia, October 3rd and 4th. Single-day tickets are now available, so grab yours, and we will see you there.
We certainly will, and maybe Dignitas or DSG will see you there, too.
And then at the World Championship Finals.
Oh, yeah, they'll definitely see you
there.
First
step is the Gas South Arena, and then Faker.
truly. All right, in New York, they'll be there as well. DSG currently, though, with a very good situation. They've got a lot of space to work with, and Shen ult is up. The Twisted Fate and the Pantheon ults that they used in the previous one are the shorter cooldown ones. And so they will reliably have those available, for the next big play here. We still have a long time until the next Dragon, so a lot of time to work with. And again, you just move the Olaf around and then use some globals. Wait a second.
Oh, this could be trouble here for Calmy. Gonna be able to hit him with the gold card and just walk away for now, as Denethor, of course, used the Pathmaker aggressively. Calmy just trying to push this in, does have that Roa almost fully stacked on the Lich Bane, and once you get that rapid fire, it just becomes so easy to play. You just walk up, gold card to anyone, and kind of play off that, as Calmy does look for him with the Twisted Fate ult, but it's an easy shift away from FBI, and even if he was in range, he has Cleanse, so definitely not a high-value ultimate there from Calmy, and he is going to get chunked out pretty heavily as a result.
Yeah, FBI not scared at all. They're going to Realm Warp too.
They're looking for Sajed. I think he might have to early flash. He holds on to it. Now the Stand United does come through. Palafox can't quite finish him off. Does get rooted up. In comes Surdy as well as the ult from Kryra. They're trying to burst him down. They can't quite do it. And the curtains are going to get called here on Dig. Flashing away is Ignar, but Surdy is still going in onto FBI. Shuts him down. Denethor can't get the kill. Flashes forward with the Pathmaker. Does take him out with the shutdown. Now looking for Kryra. Going to be going all out, and Kryra is in trouble. Blocks some big damage. There's the flash in from Calmy, but it's right into Q3. It does not matter. DSG has the damage to get the job done.
They get the counter kill here. DSG continues to progress the game. And this was off of Dignitas trying to chase them in a pretty long fight. They're still going to get even more rewards after the kills of the team fight. Tower money going down as well. And another tower going down, especially the mid one, would give you so much room to use these globals and make the next setup.
That was a game-changing play. The fact that Sajed lived, I thought he had early flash for sure. He doesn't, but he survives anyway.
Yeah, and then he's Jhin, so he can just walk all the way away and open up with his ultimate to still provide value to the fight. They roam up on him, and it's also going to cause a lot of forward movement here. FBI shifts forward. Palafox is extremely far forward. So all of that into the counter engage of Olaf and Pantheon ultimate over the top. Even though Lions is not able to get his taunt there, they still get the chase down, and Surdy's able to dive FBI, finish him off. At the end of the day, yes, Denethor is still able to get the shutdown onto him, but a shutdown into the hands of Cassante, I don't think really changes the course of the setup for this game, the play of this game. It's still, at the end of the day, 4K gold lead here for DSG, and a good spot up on the top side, everybody around Baron.
Yeah, Denethor was threatening a wraparound, but there's 3 members of DSG make it forward with Kryra up there. And something I noticed in that replay, Dardoch didn't even throw out a Sonic Wave when he arrived in the Realm Warp. He didn't even try. He just immediately backed off. So clearly Palafox wanted to go for the kill. Dardoch didn't think there was an angle, but even just the initial hit of the Sonic Wave would have been enough damage to actually kill the Jhin at the end of the day. So sure, it could have got flashed, but not even trying is a little bit surprising there, and it definitely felt like split comms from Dig. And now the TP coming in here from Surdy. It is Cloud Soul on the table. Of course, this would just be the 3rd dragon for DSG, but Cloud Soul, if you can get that for Olaf, is insane. And both teams definitely wanting to fight for this 3rd dragon.
I want to see how much poke damage FBI can get done early here. He has license to be fairly aggressive, but with no summoner spells, you definitely have to respect the CC that is available on DSG. He's trying to land some Qs, trying to play fairly aggressively, but DSG looking.
Yeah, and he does have the Mikhails, so there is that in the back pocket from Ignar, but of course looking back and forth.
Olaf wrapping around too.
Yeah, Olaf is behind him, and this could be big. Here comes the Stand Unite. They're going to go right in. Realm Warp going to get popped immediately, and they get out to safety, but Dardoch does not. Lions picks up the kill. The other 4 members here from Dig still full health, though, thanks to that Realm Warp. Surdy is low. Will they look for the fight? Palafox trying to push in here with Denethor. Going to get gold carded, stunned up. Lions taking some damage. Pathmaker going to connect. Denethor taking a ton of damage back himself. Does get Mikhailed, and now the curtains are going to get called. Denethor is the target. It looks like he is not long for this world. Sajed kills him off. Palafox on the run, but they are chasing. Goldcar going to connect. The CC layering is there. The taunt, the stun, the big axe to the head from Surdy. DSG grab another kill. They're on Soul Point.
That looks so weird. Everybody into the Realm Orb except Dardoch. The team just bailed on him. He was out of there. They're still dying.
Yeah, Kryra's behind Ignar, and Ignar's got nowhere to go. It's another kill going their way. FBI will survive, but back-to-back plays felt like Dardoch was on a different page than the rest of the team here. And DSG are 7K up.
Yeah, meanwhile, congrats to DSG here. They have been on the same page the whole game. It is the wraparound gank here from Surdy. Shen in on his back, and everybody's like, get out of here. But Dardoch walked down to the other side towards the Scuttlecrab speed. He's the only one that doesn't get into the Realm Warp. Then they isolate him, they take him down. Since nobody's able to make a real play here for DSG, your 4 people, as soon as they finish the Dragon, they're ready for the counter here. And it is, again, just playing off your stun cooldowns. Wait for the gold cards. They did the Kryra setup into gold card before. They do another Kryra setup into gold card. It's Pantheon stun into gold card. Both times, they lock him down. They slowly move forward. Kill after kill after kill. Just easy CC for them there. Point and click.
And that's just going to get harder because I bet you has rapid fire now. And yep, it's completed because he just got involved in a lot of kills there. And so now Call Me has rapid fire, and it gets that much more difficult here for Dig to be able to deal with that. You know, Call Me definitely has some real damage behind it, and the team is starting to get strong. FBI earlier in the game had a 1K gold lead. Now it's even Sajed actually with that slight gold lead, almost has the IE, and Jhin becomes very, very relevant as you do get into the later stages of the game. People obviously talk a lot about Jhin as, you know, being the Mosquito, but that's with Ghostblade Rapid Fire. That is not with Hex Optics, LDR, IE. Like, you actually hurt even tanks with these kind of builds late in the game.
Crit Jhin does some good damage here, and especially if your whole team is running forward all the time, creating so much space here. Olaf leading the charge. You have this point and click from Kryra. This Pantheon has been critical. You know, setting up so many of these plays, and his ultimate as well gives them 2 ways to put extra pressure across the map.
And Curtain Call sometimes can be pretty valuable, sometimes can be pretty useless, but when you have this much point and click CC, it's very easy to follow up, to be hitting these shots, to hit the Deadly Flourish, to hit the ulti shots, because we've seen it gold card into stun, into taunt, into root. Like, that CC is never ending. They're looking for FBI. Call Me goes forward.
Red card.
Pull the right card there, and just... it's a warning. You know, you get one. He's going to go back in. This one is going to connect on to FBI, who shifts out to safety. So Call Me takes a little bit of damage for his trouble, but they can just continue playing, and they're going to look for Ignar now, who's a little bit too far forward. Beautiful self-Mikhails, though, from Ignar. That saved a kill absolutely. Surdy is pushing on that top side, though.
Yeah, the pressure there is still worth it for DSG. Nice job. You still get full vision when you pop your Twisted Fate ult, so you can still push on both sides. They get an extra turret play, get the minion wave in. This entire time, Denethor is pushing bot, so eventually someone from DSG is going to have to catch that wave. Bot side is finally making its way all the way into DSG territory here. So looks like it is Call Me that's going to go back and collect that wave as well, or the Twisted Fate with the extra gold generation.
Yeah, DSG playing this really, really well. Very coordinated game. They're looking really on point with the globals. Everyone seems to be on the same page, as you were pointing out earlier, and they are now on Soul Point. It is 1 minute until this Cloud Soul, and that is going to make it so hard for this team that is already, you know, kiting you out and then chasing you down, you know, with these gold cards constantly, giving the additional move speed not only to him, but also Olaf. Like, Olaf has to be one of the very best champions in the entire game with that Cloud Soul move speed burst. You pop that, and you have your Ghost, you're going super speed.
And let me tell you, Surdy is peaking right now. He's got Elixir of Wrath, and he just finished Death Dance, and they're going!
They're sending it. They're looking for FBI. Kryra is behind him. Good buffer. There's the cleanse. Doesn't even matter. FBI fighting for his life. Gets taunted up. Shifts out of that. Denethor in trouble. Trying to get out. Twisted Fate gonna pop the ulti. Surdy has the Ghost active. No one dies on either side. Calm play there from Dignitas keeps FBI alive. The Dragon spawning in 15. They're going to realm warp for the Baron. They're just going to try to full send it before that spawns. And are they aware? DSG are aware of this. They're moving over into the area. Kryra coming out from base has no ultimate. But Surdy is here. He still has the Ragnarok. He sees the Baron getting low. Denethor creating some space. Kryra not yet in range. Surdy going to get stunned up. They're trying to burst it down. Kryra's not going to get there. The Baron is claimed by Dig, but now the Soul has spawned. The curtains are going to get called. The taunt flash on a Palafox. Denethor in a lot of trouble. Goes all out. Gets knocked down. Surdy now running. He's low. Great cleanse. The kick flash from Dardoch. He turns it around. Gets a shutdown onto Call Me. And Palafox once more going forward. Spellflux through the team. Kryra turns. Kryra fights. Surdy flashes in. And Surdy's taking over this fight. Sajed and Lions are back, and that means it's a DSG 1 fight. Dardoch has got to get out of there. DSG go up in kills 3-2, but they have no jungler. The Dragon's still on the table.
Cloud Soul is on the map right now. Pings are going out toward it immediately. Lee Sin, let's see if they can get vision for him, because there's no way you can do that with a Lee Sin around. He definitely will steal it away. They're going to have to wait for Kryra, who does not have Pantheon Ultimate. These death timers coming back. Fox is going to be the last one to revive on DSG, though. That Rise would be critical.
He has the actualizer now, so definitely.
I think he might just be too late, though. I think it's just going to be DSG getting the Cloud Soul, unless Dardoch pulls off some crazy stuff.
We'll see. Dardoch is in the area. They don't have vision of the Dragon, but of course they know that they are on it. Lions moving around. Dardoch just trying to clear this out. They now got eyes on that Dragon, down to 4K.
Where's Kryra?
Kryra's still walking out from base here. Of course, watching from Dignitas POV, down to 3K. Here comes the Pantheon ult. They're going to try to finish. Dardoch's backing up. The call is just to give. And that is Cloud Soul here. That is a 6.3K gold lead for DSG, who feel like they're on the precipice of taking this game.
That last kill, Surdy flashing in to kill the Rise later and have the delayed death timer, does get them the soul. So here's the Baron. Dignitas, they're able to get it. They finish the Baron, and then it still looks pretty good for them because Lion goes in for his taunt on Fox, but they don't get much damage down on him. They do get the kill onto Denethor. Moving forward, Dardoch opens up with a huge kick across the front line, and with the shutdown, they decide to go for it here on the 3-on-3, but look at the re-engage. Kryra goes first, Surdy can follow up, and that allows them that Rise kill. With that delayed death timer, they're able to get the Cloud Soul in the aftermath.
Yeah, and FBI just went a little bit too far forward. I think he didn't have his shift available. He triggered a Jhin trap, and then he felt like the only way through was walking forward, but then he took the spear from Kryra, just barely got in range of that, got hit by a deadly flourish, and that was enough to finish him off from around 30-40% wherever he was. Had he lived, it looked like off that kick flash from Dardoch, I thought Dig could have turned the fight. I thought they could have denied the soul.
Close. They
Very
could have.
Close.
Could have, but did not. And now it is Cloud Soul, 7,000 gold lead to DSG.
Remember, tomorrow, pro players take over the LCS. Watch Sven, Dokla, Inspired, Zazel, and Jose Dioto run the analyst desk and the cast tomorrow. There is going to be none of us, none of the usual LCS folks on the analyst desk. It is just them. They make the segments, they plan them, they run them, and it's going to be mayhem.
It's going to be beautiful. We'll see. Pro player takeover, definitely looking forward to that one. Right now, DSG takeover is happening before your eyes as they're closing in on game number 1. Looks like they're going to be able to reveal everybody with the Twisted Fate ult to the bottom side and still keep up the pressure.
Taunt there on to Denethor. Of course, does get hit by the Deadly Flourish. Will be okay. And yeah, Dardoch just ward hopping over the wall there, escaping from that TF ult, so feeling pretty good. And they have a ton of move speed here. The Realm Warp comes in, but you can see, look how fast DSG are in this little boost of move speed here from the Cloud Soul Rift. Palafox, Denethor trying to move forward, but they are holding the line here well. And now, Curtain's going to get called. Denethor getting low. This 4-shot will hurt a lot, holding it very patiently, and Dardoch is able to block.
All right, bottom side, it's got to be giving up turret plates there too, though, because Olaf pushing and just Ezreal down there. Yeah, that tower's almost dead.
We're going to see deep TP here coming in. It is going to be Denethor looking for that flank, but Dardoch already getting chunked out very heavily. Ignar moving forward. Call Me looking with the gold card is chunked low. But again, just use that move speed. Run straight away here. Going to see if they can find anything else, but just doesn't look like it. Dig is just so low on engage. It's very hard for them to force, even when they feel like they see an angle. DSG just kind of walks away.
Yeah, even when they have the deep teleport, the pincer movement from them, they can't lock anyone down to keep them there. And Dignitas, even though there's a little bit of pressure there on DSG, but they still find their route out, still walk their way out. Invest the heal from Lions is about all they need to get Call Me to safety, and they can get their reset.
And Call Me now just completed his death cap, so he is very rich. A lot of big item completions coming through, it feels like here. Serpent's Fang even bought up for Kryra. Pretty nice with all the shielding there between the safeguard and the footwork from Denethor and everything. And Kryra was very deep looking for an angle.
Yeah, I wondered if they were going to try and get an angle for Sturdy to teleport, and they were going to have teleport in with, you know, Kryra starting out, and they were going to actually fight that. But honestly, it's better value. Wait.
Lions could be in some trouble, getting chunked out. Kryra goes in, Twisted Fate ult's gonna get popped. Denethor coming in to reinforce. Palafox put very, very low. Dardoch stunned up by the gold card. Kryra going back in, trying to take him out. Nice Pathmaker there, stuns up the TF as he arrives, and Call Me may just be going down. Stand United gets popped, but Denethor kills him right through it. FBI over the wall here, running from this Olaf. Olaf flashes over, and into the GA goes Dardoch. Denethor trying to run from Kryra, but I don't think he's got anywhere to go. FBI hitting Surdy, but he just doesn't deal any damage, and Sajed certainly does. Great sidestep there on the Deadly Flourish, keeps him alive for now, but it costs him the flash, it costs them 3 kills, and it costs them potentially a Baron as well.
Yep, Baron over to DSG. Game number 1 is looking in hand for DSG. It's a scramble, and they've got the Cloud Soul move speed to be able to chase everybody down there. That fight did get very chaotic with the split. Them going 2 different sides, but still able to get the collapse there for DSG, chase down the kills, get the Baron. And now they definitely have what they need to be able to continue the siege and finish this one out. Here's a look at the start now. Lions will see him go for the taunt onto Palafox, but they don't quite get that, and so he gets pushed out. Palafox to the backside, and they just decide, you know what? Still keep going. Set it up, Pantheon stun into attempted gold card, and even though Calmy's gonna die on this side, guess what? Surdy can run through, and with the Jhin bullets, they're gonna Pantheon ult too, and just continue the dive, finish off Ignar, finish off Calmy. And then they've got the rest of them trapped. Guardian Angel down, as well as the Cassante.
And Ignar there looking a little bit perturbed, as this game definitely slipping away from 20 seconds until Elder. That's maybe the last chance here for Dignitas. Palafox is going to get stunned up, taunted up. There is the Mikhails trying to keep him safe. But now it is Denethor taking a lot of damage, just dancing back and forth is DSG, and now the curtains are going to get called. Denethor is not looking very tanky, and here comes Surdy into the middle of the whole team. Dignitas do get out as Denethor uses the all-out to just escape from that Ragnarok Olaf, but it's going to get interrupted here on the recall. Surdy put quite low.
Good interrupt.
Eyes on this dragon here. If they can stop Surdy from going back to base again, though, Dignitas might just have a chance, and they're going to try to force it.
Dignitas dragon here. Surdy's getting his recall off this time now. It does finish. He has a teleport ready, too.
And Dignitas are a little bit low on health. Calmy goes in with the stun, arrives Kryra. Kick flash from Dardoch trying to get out of there. He's put very, very low. Realm Warp going to be used. Dardoch is going to actually take the Realm Warp here, but in the middle of the team is Denethor, and that's where he will be buried. DSG take control of the Elder. This is all theirs. Dignitas can do nothing.
All right, DSG, they're going to go for more.
Calmy going in, Stand United, FBI turning, fighting, but it doesn't matter. Calmy's got hands. The taunt there on a Dardoch is going to secure another kill for Surdy, who is just looking to chase them down. Level 20 ticks Surdy as he gets the Elder buff. They're pushing in. They're looking to take this first game and claim their second game win of the season.
DSG looking good when they need to do it versus Dignitas. Important series for them with some good implications for playoffs.
Yep, they are looking at a must-win here, and it looks like in game 1 they will be able to get the job done. DSG eyes on the Nexus. Dignitas will fall, flashing forward, trying to kill Palafox in the fountain. Can't quite do it, but it doesn't matter. 15K gold lead, 22-7. DSG with a beautiful game 1.
So here they're first picking Jarvan. Pretty standard, Nocturne Vibe Band. And Lee Sin's out. They're still the Poppy, but we'll see what he does here.
So they've also been leaving up Orianna a lot, and when you have Jarvan on your side, is this like a good angle for DSG Orianna, or what do you feel like?
DSG could go Orianna. Maybe, I know a lot of people have been liking like Syndra to Orianna and stuff, but they do have the Jarvan first pick. Responded by Lucian Milio, pretty just kind of standard. And they pick up the Victor Nautilus.
So you like extra engage for bottom side here when you're looking at the Lucian Milio, usually with Nautilus. What do you want to complement this with? Because Lucian Milio opening up really big. You know, FBI has been a pretty good Lucian player.
Yeah, so I'm not too sure what bot lane pairings they'll go here. I mean, because Dig will also have 2 bans, so I'm surprised they didn't just finish their bot lane. Maybe they think they have like a lot of pairings. Jhin is out, which is like pretty common with Nautilus. And then against the Lucian Milio, I'm not too sure what they'll look to pick here for AD carry. And then Dignitas picks their Orianna here.
Yeah, Orianna into Jarvan and a showing Nautilus could be dangerous for her. We'll see, I guess, if they able to put any pressure, but should be farming versus Victor.
Yeah, we'll see what jungler's DSG ban here.
Bot? That's kind of interesting, right? Because they're banning Azir, so they think that the Victor could be bot potentially, and then it could just be,
yeah, that's true. Actually,
for AP.
A lot of people do like, I guess, Victor into Lucian because you kind of just outrange him, and then you're able to just short trades. So DSG banned Nefiri here. You could also look to ban Wukong. So it's pretty standard with Orianna that you want to look for like Nefiri, Wukong. It's also good into Jarvan. So I would suspect DSG to ban Wukong here as well. And then Dardoch has to play something like Poppy maybe. Doesn't seem too bad. Could also play something like Xin. Is fine too with Lucian, Milia, Ori.
Yeah, the Xin does make a lot of sense. Gives you a lot of ability to skirmish over some early objectives too. Ooh, they also banned the Vayne. Opening up for topside for some more picks for Surdy, so he doesn't have to worry about the Vayne counter pick, maybe Gnar or something like that.
Yeah, Gnar and Bessa is pretty standard.
Yeah.
Okay, they take the Xin here, not the Wukong, which I think is also fine. Then Surdy's going to have to blind here.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing so many Vayne bans these days because it's good matchups into a lot of the meta champs. You know, Gnar and Bessa, even the tanks, Renekton. Like, there's so many different options. So, Senna is a bit of a throwback. It's interesting because we don't see that much of it these days, but FBI was a really big Senna player. Used to play a ton of Senna Nautilus, so they're obviously going to be pretty familiar with the champ. But I think it is just going to be Victor bot is kind of my guess. And Gnar protected there by the Vayne ban. So we are just waiting for Denethor, his pick. And what are you thinking about here for the 5th pick for DSG?
They could go... Usually people like to just trade Gnar and Bessa, usually when they, like blue side bans Vayne. So I'm suspecting Gnar. Or not Gnar and Bessa, rather. I think that's pretty standard.
So it is going to be Victor bot, will be Ahri
they
mid,
actually take
and
the
it's going to be Camille. So a bit more of an aggressive look here from Denethor. We don't really see Camille top hardly at all these days. It was obviously played a ton support in the roaming meta, but it is going to be Camille top, one of the kind of throwback counter picks or answers into the Gnar. Obviously, you can look for those all-ins when he goes mini, you know, hit him with Hextech Ultimatum. And it's a pretty decent combo with the Orianna, you know, Hextech Ultimatum into Shockwave. Which side of the draft do you kind of prefer?
I think DSG have a lot more like creativity. They have Jarvan or Ahri, and then bot lane matchup they have to influence. So I think DSG have to be able to influence bot lane matchup, either boat blow sums or something. I'm a bit more fan of DSG's draft just because it seems like they have a lot more playmaking. And then Dignitas's draft is pretty kind of just standard. They want to get to like set up and fight, and then hold for setup, and then Xin Ori just playing to hold his space.
And this Camille pick is also a bit of a Denethor specialty. 25 picks on it in his career, 64% win rate. So him into the Gnar, you know, into a matchup they can try and look for some kills up there as well, and then could turn into you know, some side lane pressure for them. That would be nice. Because I'm definitely worried about the pressure that they want to put on Palfox. Game number 1, they were fighting around mid lane all the time, sending so many ganks at Palfox, and now he's playing Orianna, which is low mobility, into Ahri and Jarvan.
And Nautilus.
So they definitely can make a lot more passes to try and put pressure on him.
Yeah, so I think going into this game, probably both junglers are looking what they can do to influence mid-bot. I think, obviously, DSG, they can do a lot of creative stuff. Jarvan usually being more influential early game than Xin can do, and Xin is just looking to match. So Jarvan here is looking to start Wolves, I guess, and then Zin's just full clearing down. Maybe Jarvan's going to look to do something interesting. He could look to 3-camp bot with starting Wolves. He could also just do a regular clear. I'm interested to see what he'll look to do here.
If you were playing on the Dignitas side, so you're slotting in for Dardoch here, how much are you taking into consideration the fact that, you know, there is this Camille, you know, in the top lane, and in these melee versus range, you know, like counter picks, I'm putting in quotes, but like Yasuo and all these champions, generally you have to play so aggressive as the melee champion to be able to actually capitalize on it. So do you feel like that draws you more to the top lane to try to cover Denethor and allow him to play aggressive?
I think typically, since this game they have like Lucian Milia kind of needs to be able to play their lane, I think. So even though top is more of a volatile matchup, it's usually like post 6 where Xin Zhao can really like influence that matchup, I'd say, when Camille unlocks the ulti. And then before then, I think he should just look to cover this bot lane matchup and making sure they're able to have push and vision. Because once there's bot lane matchup, like Nautilus is able to get a reset or something, and he can influence mid lane or something like this, it's not favorable for DSG's bot lane. They kind of, or Dignitas's bot lane. They kind of want to just hump tower and stuff like this.
And last time we had Krara do a very similar thing where he started Wolves and 3-camp ganked, and he's going to 3-camp gank Again, it looks like he's going over the back of the Dragon Pit right now, staying out of vision in Fog of War. So if they wait for the next hook timer from Lions.
Well, they're going to go. The heel's going to get popped, and now they get the bad news. There is the root. Flash away from FBI. Flash after the Flagon Dragon to knock up FBI, but he doesn't get the damage. They're not going to be able to knock him down. When you lose the EQ damage for Jarvan early, you need to have a lot of follow-up for that to actually work out.
Yeah, so I actually like this play. Like I said, I think this Jarvan wants to be creative early game, try to influence bot lane in, on some sort of capacity. I don't know what went wrong there. It seems like it looked like a decent play where they can at least burn his flash, but I don't know. They just failed the CC layering. Maybe not. I'd have to see the replay on this because it felt like it should have been.
Charm flash from Call Me. The W picks up the first blood onto Palafox.
Oh, and he got Palafox's flash because he had the Foxfire active already. That was going to tag him, and Palafox tried to flash after the W damage found the Ahri is going through. What a play from Call Me there with the solo bolo.
Really nice Charm Flash. We just saw the player card. Maybe we can bring it back up. We had the Griffin player card. I think it said first at Diamond when you're 11 and you still don't have your driver's license.
Yeah, so that story, the driver's license, you know, I didn't have the time. I was in Korean stuff, but interesting. Dardoch here doesn't go for bot crab. You should know that Jarvan's topside and went for top crab, so I don't know why Dardoch didn't go for bot crab here. And then, yeah, that's bad, very bad news for Dignitas. Obviously, Orianna also burned the flash, so I'm assuming when Jarvan hits 6, it's going to be very scary for this Orianna when Ahri hits 6. But yeah, weird pathing by Dardoch here. I don't know why he just doesn't play for bot crab, but now he's looking for invade.
Yeah, I guess he just wants to fight Kryra. I mean, he has the red buff, does push him off, obviously aware that Kryra is around, sees that resetting red buff. Kryra just going to look to take Krugs here and try to play it a bit safe.
Try and smite fight him, maybe? He's got vision.
Yes, Q smite. Oh, this is disastrous.
That was a late smite for Dardoch, too. He never even used
it.
Like,
that was like 500,
yeah. Yeah, I thought he was going to get that for sure. Call Me now scrapping with Palafox is up a level, but Palafox does win the trade, and Dardoch spends all that time to not be able to get anything.
Yeah, this is quite horrendous. Kryra stacked a lot of tempo to look for this 3-camp bar early. That didn't even work, but now he's able to get double crab as well. So already there's a little bit of a mistake in the jungle department. Yeah, Kryra should be able to get punished when he uses tempo like this.
Yeah, they had vision the entire way, seeing him come in, and having that ward on red, Kryra able to yoink it back to his own side. Here's another look, though, at Call Me's big solo. So as he's pulling back this Q, he's already looking for it. Minion dies.
Level up.
Boom. Charm flash, and then W's on.
Nice.
Hell yeah, Jihoon.
You need to carry me, bro. I trolled this game.
Yeah, so Kryra probably say he trolled because when he ganked bot, he missed the EQ, but even though he trolled, he got 2 crabs, so honestly, Kryra is pretty advantageous right now.
Yeah, that was Kryra said that before he was able to secure his own red, and they saw Dardoch come waste a bunch of time, so he probably feels a lot better now.
Yeah, he's probably feeling in a good spot. He actually spotted the Xin too, I think, on Raptor, so they know Xin is on Krugs here, and then Kryra's tempo. He had like free tempo to check Raptors because now he's just going to clear. And then I wonder if they'll be able to punish this Lucian without having flash or this Orion without having flash. If I'm this Jarvan, I'm just going to try to get level 6 and definitely punish these flash timers. So Xin basing here, and then I wonder what this guy's going to do off base because he kind of doesn't have anything to do on the map. He's kind of homeless.
Yeah, no camps. I mean, they kind of know that the Raptors are respawning, but it's so dangerous now with both mid laners being, level 6, kind of like you're talking about. You've got to play off like control wards or something. Currently, he's pathing just a lane up top lane.
So we got your keys to success, Griffin. So this is the key to success for Dignitas. Play through bot lane, clean up the mid game. Remember that your opponents are also 0-4. So how are they doing so far? We give them any checks?
Well, that last split, holy, we lost it. That's kind of embarrassing. But yeah, I mean, I think Dignitas's probably best lane matchup is like their bot lane is, in my opinion, better than DSG's, so they can play through that, and then they obviously have like a pretty strong bot lane in this game where they just want to play through themselves, but already Kryra got the first gank on bot lane, but Dignitas was able to avoid it decently, but I feel like that should have been a good play. And then we'll see how it goes into mid-game and stuff.
Now these are keys to success for DSG, so enable Call Me, well, he enabled himself, clean up the objective setups, and someone has to win this, so how are they doing?
Right now, I mean, Call Me, they're not really enabling him, he just got his own solo kills, so now he's going to be able to just keep winning lane. And then, yeah, clean up objective setups. I think they're mid-game, as long as they keep going into mid-late game and they have first setup, it's very hard for Dignitas team to play. So here they're punishing the Orianna without flash.
Yeah, Charm is going to land there after the Cataclysm, and Palafox has nowhere to go. DSG with a pretty easy kill. They do spend the flash from Kryra, but they get him.
Yeah, just straight down mid lane, force the play, easy follow-up. I kind of like how Calmy was going off to the side to clear the ward too while the jungler is coming down, just to make you feel a little bit extra safe, and Cryer knows he can close the distance with his flash.
Yeah, there's not much counterplay to that. I mean, EQ Flash R is just too much range, and then I think obviously it's just a mistake from Palafox getting solo killed and burning his flash on that timer. And now Xin Zhao is also pretty homeless now too. He also lost his Raptors, so he lost his Raptors, double crab. So right now, and he's losing this second crab, so honestly, Xin Zhao is really homeless this game too. So it's looking really good so far for DSG.
Yeah, Cryer was able to accomplish the goal that you set for him, punish that Orianna mid lane who had no flash. What's next? Because it gets a lot easier for Cryer now, and Dragon is available. Are you clearing all your camps before you push down there, or trying to set up something a little earlier?
Yeah, so right now, DSG expended both their ultis, even though they're still ahead. So it will open up Dignitas to even play for Grubs, which is spawning soon, or play for control on the bot side. But it looks like they're just looking for another mid gank here.
Charm is going to connect, and that is going to spell disaster for Palafox. Has to flash again right before a potential fight at Grubs or Dragon.
Yeah, so this is actually pretty horrendous because Dignitas had double ulti advantage on jungle mid, so probably they could play for Grubs. But now Palafox getting chunked out makes it so there's no play on the map, and Xin Zhao can't really do anything and is even more homeless. So honestly, it seems good. If I'm Xin Zhao, I'm so unhappy this game. It is what it is.
Dardoch, though.
Maybe he can steal one.
He's going to look for one. I think he will be able to push him out. DSG positioning like they want to get out of there. Teleport's going to be coming in here from Palafox. So Dig does get 2 Grubs, and it is just a 1 for 2.
Yeah, but then they are also losing this mid wave, and they burn TP top. So if I'm DSG, I'm still really happy with this result because it should have been like honestly 3 for 0 Grubs. But with Palafox getting chunked and having the TP top, he also loses 1 mid wave, and they still were able to get 1 grub. Which honestly, as long as you get 1 grub and the enemy team doesn't get 3 grubs, it's pretty perfectly fine, to be honest. They don't get the void mites and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a super hater.
No flash on Ori.
Ahri does have ult back, so Ahri could look. Lions was hanging around there as well. The 3-man play does not amount to much.
I'm a big grub hater. I don't know about you, Griffin, but I feel like those things are worth so much less now than they have been in like previous seasons and stuff. And so, like you're saying, if the cost as a whole is a mid wave for my Orianna for teleporting that high top, as we have a little trade. That to me already even seems like not a good trade with the minion wave down.
Yeah, I think Grubs is the most valuable when you are able to get 3, but when you're only able to get 1 or 2, it definitely doesn't feel as valuable. And now Orianna no flash, so honestly, this guy's game is going to be really hard when Jarvan has flash backup, and I don't know how he'll be able to play. He just always has to catch mid low, because he has to always be under threat of Jarvan gank, and then Ahri's going to be able to just roam the map and do whatever, to be honest. So
Jarvan is top now, and Camille could be in a little bit of trouble. In isolation, this matchup not working out so far for Denethor. Of course, he has played it a lot, 16-9 all time, but is down 16 CS, and Cryer might even interrupt the recall, but doesn't quite have vision until just now, and now Denethor could definitely be in trouble. Calmy is moving up as well. They're going to look to potentially set up a dive here, but Denethor just will evacuate.
Yeah, so they're actually going to bleed a little bit on top here, but then Xin Zhao starting up the Dragon. Not the worst for both teams, but Cryer was able to get this top crab here.
Yeah, Dardoch on the Dragon.
Dardoch is getting pushed out with Jarvan crossing now.
Yeah, this is getting a little bit awkward. They don't feel like they can actually finish this, and Palafox still, as you said, kind of has to hug the tower because he has no flash. There's not really much of an answer from him if Cryer does look, and it looks like Cryer wants to go one more time. Nice sidestep there. Calmy going forward. Hits by the shockwave, and he is going to get the shutdown, and now Cryer, we'll see if he has the damage to command protect. Might keep him alive. Crier's going to fall as well. It's Palafox with the outplay. Hits him with the shockwave. Gets a 1v2 double kill.
Yeah, I think it's a bit overforced. Cryer, like last 2 minutes, had his entire bot side up, even crab up. Once they push Xin Zhao off the Dragon, I think they're just overforcing on this Orianna. They're kind of tunnel visioning. This guy has no flash, but Jarvan can just clear his camps. Orianna will always be pressured under the tower because he can't really catch the wave. Ahri's going to be able to roam the map. And I feel like they just overforce. Jarvan can just be full clearing, getting all his camps, but now quite the disaster.
Yeah, I mean,
might actually have Denethor here. In comes the ultimatum. Nard against the wall, hops forward, but the passive is back up for Denethor. Looks like that's maybe it.
Kind of want to see if they go for the re-engage. I guess he's not going to do it quite yet. But I completely agree. I mean, they had just wasted so much of Dignitas' time. When Xin was trying to kill this mountain, then they pushed him off. As soon as that charm misses, I think it's over. But Calmy goes back in, he dies the tower, and then Crier's going to full commit here too. Even with him getting the kill on Palafox, it is worth for Palafox to get the double.
Yeah, I think, as a jungler, sometimes too, you have to know when the lane is already in a really good position and not overforce these situations.
Calmy loses his flash to the culling there from FBI, but DSG do secure the first dragon of the game. Here's a Mountain Dragon 12 minutes in, so a bit of a late one. Do you expect them to fight over the Herald in a few minutes here?
We'll have to see, because Calmy did burn his flash, and then both teams don't have 3 grubs, so it's not like a big trading pattern. Right now, Jarvan crosses Raptors to secure his camps, but I mean, at this point in the game, Dignitas slowly are recovering, and I would say Dignitas, I mean, honestly, both comps can play late game pretty well. It depends on like this Lucian, because Lucian will be able to first push, and they're going into the top side here, getting some top side vision. But yeah, I think as a jungler, you have to realize some junglers like really want to hurt the enemy laner, but when they're already in a bad position, you can just let it play out, and then, yeah, this is quite bad.
Yeah, big overforce. They are still up 1,000 gold, but it does give a double kill to Palafox and pulls him almost back to parity with Calmy.
And after that play as well, it was during the replay, but Dardoch had gone back to try and start the mountain again. So it was 2 times he had got pushed off, invested a lot of time in trying to start this mountain dragon. It takes a long time to kill and then got pushed off. And so DSG, yeah, they still get that dragon for themselves as well as keeping their lead.
Yeah, and actually, Cryer, I don't think has farmed his bot side camps in like 3-4 minutes. I think really they're overforcing too much one. If they just played a slow game, he could have had a really big CS lead, obviously, taking his double crab and then also taking his Raptor respawn. But now Dardoch is actually the one that has a CS advantage, so that's not good.
Do you feel like Kryra maybe thinks that they're going to get outscaled, so he has to force, or what do you think his kind of thought process is in skipping so many camps?
It could be thinking they get outscaled, but I wouldn't say they get outscaled. It really depends on how the fights play out, because whoever gets like first setup on the objective, and then obviously DSG really want to be able to kill this Lucian or this Orianna with their flankers, and then it's up to Dignitas to be able to protect their, the flanks and be able to play the fight like a regular 5v5. So I don't know why he's feeling so pressured, but it hasn't been good. Now he's down to camp when he should be up like a lot.
Something we thought would be fun to do with you is when you think there's going to be an objective fight, maybe we can turn off vision and kind of watch from one side to try to talk about the setups and talk about how pro teams are looking to set up vision and get control over an objective. So when you think there's going to be a dragon fight, maybe a minute ahead, we'll go over for that. As Denethor has a TP coming in here from Palafox, DSG looking to fight. Kryra in the backline onto Ignar, flashes out, but FBI is there. Kryra's in a lot of trouble just tanking the culling from FBI. Flag and drag comes back up, but he gets shot down out of the air. FBI with the kill, and that is a loss of flash, of Cataclysm, and your life, plus that of Lions.
Yeah, so I think what ended up happening here is that, like, with how the comps played out, is that Nautilus is going to be able to roam around the map and then have timers, but Lucian Melee will always have the first push on mid and then be able to hover down the lane. So I think they just didn't respect their tempo from mid, and then also the TP timer.
Dardoch looking for a dive here, goes in, gets the knockup. FBI trying to help him out. There's a double stun. Breath of Life going to have to come through. There's a flash out from FBI as Dardoch does get hit. Depth charge now coming up, going to land onto FBI. And Calmy on the flank. Dignitas have gone too far. FBI is going to fall. Dardoch is going to die as well. And that felt like a massive overforce there from Dig.
Yeah, I think both teams are just not tracking numbers that well. Obviously, they had that good play on bot, and then they don't track the death tempo. And then they just came off base, killed them on mid, and especially this season with the new home guards, like, people get back to lane so fast, so you have to really be conscious of how much time you have to make these type of plays.
And it's causing a bit of a swingy game here. It's really back in DSG's favor. They still are able to get this Herald, and Denethor is harassing Lions. He might be able to kill Lions.
Yeah, might be able to take him down. Does do so. Calmy going to jump in the Herald here, try to get out of dodge.
Where we going? Where we
nice
going?
Little 360 Tokyo drift spin move gets out of the pit. And we'll be able to take that to safety, but that means most of the value of the Herald is lost. Yeah, you use it to escape, but you gave up a kill. You took the Herald and doesn't get a charge, but it does buy time for Surdy on the bot side.
Yeah, so honestly, for both teams, not the worst. Kryra drops the Herald to save Calmy, but we're actually able to get bot tower, Gnar. So now Gnar's going to be able to base and have an Overlord timer into top here, because they'll have a lot of tempo from bot. So I wonder what they will do with this. They'll be able to push out this Camille and probably get pushed on top here and get some topside vision. Lions sweeping in. And then now they just have to be careful of like whatever Lucian Melee can get first move on this mid wave here. But they're getting the vision now. And it looks like Jarvan's just basing and then going to cover the Gnar bot, look like.
Yeah, it looks like we're just going to get up to top side clear now here for Dardoch as well. Onto the Xin. Finish off the rest of his camps, even though they're going to lose out the tower here. They already got the first tower gold bonus, and not going to be move the needle that much.
Yeah. Now Ari has top pushed out, and Dragon spawning in 5 seconds. Camille's catching top with TP. I wonder if both teams are going to try to fight this Dragon. Fryer is here first. They're going to try to hold this first setup.
If they do, which side are you favoring right now?
I think right now DSG have a pretty good position. They have top pushed out fully, bot pushed out fully. They're starting their Dragon and holding line bush. So then Dignitas are going to have to face check after they clear out this mid wave.
So we are watching from DSG's vision. So talk to me about how you want to see them set up this fight. What should they be looking for here to stop Dig from getting in?
It looks like Dig is just looking to give this Dragon and trade topside here. So then Nara's going to push out bot, and then they have to retake after Jarvan. Jarvan will probably look to cross here.
Calmy going to look there. Charm lands onto Ignar. Dardoch going in onto Calmy. Calmy chunks somewhat low. FBI gets some damage back on Alliance as Shockwave lands onto Sajed. He flashes over the wall, but in comes Surdy. Has to just evacuate as soon as he arrives. DSG almost get a couple kills, but do limp out, and they claim the Dragon for themselves.
Yeah, so actually, that play there is Nara's still pushing bot, and Camille was on top, so I think DSG felt confident in the 3-3, but they didn't see Orianna on bot, actually, so it was a 43 for a while. If they were actually able to live and Nar kept pushing bot, that would have been really big for DSG, but they committed the TP, which is kind of sad for the Nar, because if Nar kept pushing, he probably would have been able to get a few plates there, but TPs to try to save the teammates, and they ended up all living, so not the worst.
So out of 10, how do you rate DSG handling of that last Dragon and cross-map situation?
I think what they did was fine, but Ari shouldn't have played aggressive. But now they're looking for a pick on Camille.
They're going to get it. Looks pretty easy. Good TP in. Cryer was behind him, and DSG trying to take over vision. So we are still watching from DSG POV. What would you want to see them do to kind of take over the map to try to extend their lead?
Well, here they want to eventually be able to crack this mid tower, so they were able to kill Camille on side. So now top has to be open, and Orianna has to defend top. And then maybe Nar is able to shift mid here, and they're able to hit this mid tower. But speaking on that Dragon situation, I think DSG did it pretty well, but they shouldn't have looked for the fight. They should have played defensively, especially when they didn't see Orianna on bot.
Oh, FBI gets lollipopped, and the Charm is there to follow it up. The Nautilus hook extends. They get the kill, and now Dardoch's in trouble, flashing out of the Cataclysm, but Calmy coming in, looking for more. Dardoch charges over the wall. Charm flash from Calmy does connect onto Ignar. Flag and drag will not land, but Ignar might just get ran down. Dardoch trying to peel for him. Denethor comes in. EQ flash in. He's looking for Kryra. The Cataclysm is not available, but he is put into the ultimatum, and he is knocked down. Now the teleport comes in from Palafox. He's looking for more here. Shockwave is going to connect onto both, and Calmy will fall as well. Did get a couple big kills back.
Yeah, so all in all, DSG definitely overplay there. They already got the Lucian picked on mid, and they thought they could still kill the Xin Zhao, but overall not the worst, to be honest. DSG is still in a commanding position, and they're able to break mid tower, and then ideally Lucian and Milio is able to always catch the wave high and able to get first prio in that way, but now with mid tower gone, they have to be really scared of potentially getting caught on mid. Obviously, DSG overplayed and can give Dignitas some kills back, but should still be in a pretty favorable spot for DSG.
Yeah, DSG, they have 2 item power spikes on both their mages, basically with the Ari and the Victor. So definitely looks like they still have pretty good setup. Here goes Lucian, though, getting his Navori. Once they do get their 2 items for all their characters here on... okay, we'll take a look at the replay first. Walk us through it.
Yeah, I mean, I think the situation was already so good. They killed mid, pushed in top. They're going to have full map control, and then Calmy over-aggressive a bit, and then Cryer tries to help him. It's actually, I heard from, like, you know, Calmy is like really good in lane, but like sometimes in the mid game he does play a bit over aggressive here when they're already in a really good situation and ends up getting punished here.
He has hit some really good charm flashes, you know, like the solo kill in lane and stuff.
He was feeling himself. Yes. I respect it.
So every successful play kind of gives him credit for you know, going for another one, I guess.
You hit the charm flash, so after that, you just blame the team. You know?
Yeah, I
did my job. What are you guys talking about?
So actually, Dragon a minute and a half here, and then they already have top pushed in. So Ari will probably hover down after they push this top wave. They know Orianna has no TP, and Camille's on bot, so I don't know how they're going to... I think both teams want to play for this Dragon. It is their Dragon.
Surdy, it does have lethal tempo
flash on this
fully
guy.
Stacked, and Denethor looking like he is just dead. Very easy solo kill there. Dignitas trying to come back in. FBI and Dardoch here supporting the play, but Sajed is coming down. Palafox is there. Surdy's winning the 1v1. They need to help FBI. FBI almost dies there, does get picked back up by his team, but the rest of Dignitas have got to run because DSG is arriving. Shockwave on a Sajed. He was split and he is shut down by the culling there from FBI. Dardoch now pushing forward. Crescent guard pop. Surdy and Kryra low. Flag and drag out. Calmy now coming in on the side, looking with the ulti. The charm is not going to connect, but it doesn't matter because Ignar is down. Dardoch is down. Surdy is about to mega out, and DSG wipe Dignitas off the map.
Yeah, so quite a banger of a game. Actually, I wonder what happened here. Lucian is trying to go on the Gnar, and then Milio was in Narnia. I don't know what happened here. And then essentially Call Me gets the flank and is able to clean up everyone.
Yeah, I mean, look at, this is even after. I wanted to start the beginning because Surdy, he just got his Sterix as well. So Surdy was able to get his kill, and then he makes so much space. But that Orianna Shockwave just deleting Victor, then they decided to go forward.
Yeah, and I think it's pretty hard to go forward into this team. They need to still be aware of Ahri flank, and I think this is actually something we're trying to get better at too, is knowing what zone you want to play in, because it's pretty hard to fight going forward with certain team comps, and yeah.
Why did they just leave that Lucian alone to get completely mogged by me? What the fuck happened?
Yeah. Yeah, I'd love to rewatch and see what happened here. Oh
my god, that is
wow.
Damage.
Well, 10% HP from just one combo.
Yeah, and that was through the Orianna shield as well, so that is pretty scary stuff. DSG claiming vision over here, are going to move to Soul Point as well.
Yeah, they get the dragon, and then honestly, now, I don't know, Dignitas has to find like some miracle to get back into this game. Because by 5 minutes, DSG are probably going to be 3 items, and they're still going to be on 2.
Yeah, I mean, Denethor now down 2K in that 1v1. Surdy has just been really comfortable, it feels like, all game long in that 1v1. Really not receiving any pressure, throughout the earlier mid-game, from Dardoch or from anyone. And Surdy kind of just slowly built up a lead for himself and is now about 60 CS ahead in that top lane, has a couple kills, has gotten tons of plate gold.
And we've all been there. When enemy top laner is getting ahead like this, you also get a bunch of extra levels. And being level 16, he had a very easy time with the Lucian. Like, Surdy is a monster right now.
They're fishing on this Gnar, no flash. Maybe could be a good... Oh, he does... Oh, he reaches.
Flashes forward, does get the Hextech ultimatum. Surdy about to go mini shockwave used as well. Surdy pops the Sterix, the culling coming through. Everyone arriving here. The shutdown goes over to Denethor, but at the same time, yeah, DSG just going to take the Baron. There's no way to contest.
Actually, Dardoch is trying to make his way up there, and they do have double TP, so maybe they're going to play for the fight here. But maybe the Baron's already gone. It's 3K, and they're too late. DSG are just going to be able to leave.
Yep, DSG will just walk this one out. Denethor arrives. Will he look with the hookshot? Spots Call Me. Does he go over the wall? Because he has no vision. Pretty scary to do. So Dardoch just looking for an invade. They'll take a camp or two away, but at the end of the day, that is a pretty big loss.
Yeah, I think, I mean, I like what Dignitas is trying to do. They're trying to punish the Gnar with no flash, and they had an overload timer because they had pushed out top. But the problem is, and honestly, I see their philosophy too, because DSG doesn't really do Baron that quickly, so maybe they could kill Gnar really quickly and double TP for the Baron, but they were just a bit too slow, and now DSG feels like they have a grasp in this game.
Yeah, with the Baron buff here, should be able to get back out to push top and mid, but Death Brush being set up here from Dignitas. You feel like they have a good chance of this one working out? What are the percentages we're looking at here, Griffin? Oh.
I mean, you just have to be desperate at this stage of the game and try to go for these type of plays. So I kind of respect it. It's definitely hard.
Yeah, good patience there from DSG and Lions. They kind of wait for the rest of the members to reset.
Yeah. Just let Victor check pushes with E and then flag or put a flag, and it's going to be really easy for DSG to retake here and get topside control.
Yeah, and when you're in this position with Baron buff, 4-1 split push for you, actually they're sending the Victor up to topside too, just to make it even more safe. But they have a lot of vision checking tools here for the jungle too, so I think it looks pretty safe.
Yeah, I like how DSG are doing this. They just send their 3 top, jungle mid, and then, or jungle in between, and Ahri on mid, which is going to be able to catch these waves really easily with his ulti.
Yep, Ahri has a lot of safety, has flash, has Zhonya's, has ult. It's almost impossible to chase down as DSG do push in this wave, do take one of those outer tier 2s, and in 2 minutes, it is Soul on the table here for DSG. So in about 30 seconds, we'll swap over to the Dignitas side, and I want you to talk us through how you want to see Dignitas try to challenge this, because we expect them to show up to try to contest the Soul, and obviously it's going to be a very difficult job. Yeah, so DSG are going to have Baron for another 1 minute, so ideally here, they're just going to be able to keep bot side control until Soul. Dig probably has to go through bot lane or something, but we'll have to see when Soul is closer and how DSG set this up. But ideally now, their Nautilus is coming fresh off base, and they can keep like very deep vision in the jungle here, and just hold this setup until Soul spawns, and then Dig has to face check, and Victor's just going to throw out E's, or he's going to throw out EQ, and then they're going to get very chunked.
Okay, yeah, Denethor does have his teleport available.
Lions is going a bit early, but it's fine. So this is from Dignitas' POV. We're going to watch from their vision until this next dragon here. So 1:20 until the Soul spawns. We can see they see very, very little. So how should they go about trying to even approach this dragon, or do you think they should? I think, I mean, it is Soul, so you kind of feel obligated to fight. But DSG are doing this well. They're pushing deep vision. I think Dignitas probably have to look to go through bot. It's probably just going to be the easiest, but we'll have to see. Maybe they will try to play for the mid push as well. Right now, they're trying to get some mid vision. I'm surprised DSG are not here, just like chunking them when they're face checking like this. And they're actually able to get the crab, so I'm so confused what DSG is doing, to be honest.
Must have been on a reset, but DSG do show up now, and it is going to be the scuttle claimed there by Dignitas, so they have a little pocket of vision around that soul, and Surdy is about to go mini, so maybe an angle here for Dignitas.
Yeah, it looks like DSG actually took the resets on that timer, so then Dignitas was able to get some control. But slowly DSG is going to be able to push them out. And then Dignitas are trying to re-enter here.
You can see Denethor playing down through that bot lane, but very scary for him to walk up. Spots Surdy down in that bot lane tri-brush, and DSG going to get jumped on. Palmy loses the Ahri ult very early on here. If they can wait that out, could be big. But if you go too early, he could just re-engage here.
Kind of trolling.
Calmy goes over the wall, and Charm's going to land there on a Dardoch. Breath of Life used by Ignar, but in goes Kryra with the Cataclysm. The Shockwave flashed away from by Jed. Denethor's in trouble, trying to take down Surdy, but Surdy's going to mega out, and Dignitas are crushing the fight here. They lose no one. They get multiple kills here. 3 members down. Make it a 4 as Surdy is taunting Palafox before knocking him down. And DSG look like they just took the series.
I love that engage from Kryra. He goes Cataclysm, then he flashes out to set up for the big AoE Victor damage.
Yeah. I honestly, Dignitas, it was a nice try. Honestly, DSG kind of butchered it a little bit, but at this point of the game, they just have too much control of the game. And even though the fight, they didn't play that well, honestly, but Kryra gets the flash 4-man aura or something, and then Victor R just melts the rest of the team. So, well played at DSG, and yeah, pretty easy win.
Yeah, another kill there for DSG is at the end of the day, will be a 2-0 series victory. DSG on the board, get their first series win, take down Dignitas, and keep their playoff hopes alive.